it is too simple to put a video up here of how to do it, but I did just make a TikTok about it, so you can find my ASMR TikTok. I literally gained like 800 followers in like a month on TikTok on my ASMR page, so I'm like loving TikTok now and making ASMR TikToks. So it's ASMR X Babe is my ASMR TikTok, and then Julia X Babe is the non-ASMR TikTok. TikTok. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, what's been your favorite aspect and least favorite aspect of planning a wedding? Are there any typical wedding traditions you were excited about, and any that just didn't feel right for your relationship / personalities? Yeah, oh my god, this is gonna be hard for me to not be like extremely long-winded with all of these questions. So favorite aspect for me has been planning each one of the events. My wedding is a destination, so it's not just one day. We do have a welcome party, rehearsal dinner, most people have that, but the wedding, and then we also have like a boat day, like cruise. So really, I think planning like the welcome party has been one of my favorites because the theme is all white, so everybody has to wear white. I am not wearing white. And there's gonna be like bonfire with s'mores and a DJ and twinkle lights, and it's on the beach and food, and you know, I think it's just gonna be such a vibe. So I've been having a lot of fun with planning that, and same with like, you know, the boat. A boat was one of the things I really wanted to do, so just being able to think about those extra things has been my favorite. Least favorite has been paying for all of it. Straight up, that's been causing me agita. I really became stressed about the money piece, and of course too, unfortunately, like there had been some like slow times at Tony's work, so like it was just like ill-timed, and so that's been the least favorite part, is paying for it. And then also obsessing over the little, like the details, because I'm very much a perfectionist, and it's been hard for me to not obsess. Any typical wedding traditions you were excited about, any didn't feel right? I mean, typical wedding traditions, like not necessarily. I just kind of am going by the book for like the day of, because that's what a wedding is. I'm mostly excited to dance and drink with my friends. I don't really care about our first dance, my father-daughter dance. I'm excited about the speeches, to hear my sister, she's a fantastic speaker, and Tony's dad, who's best man, he's also a fantastic speaker. And then traditions that didn't feel right, like we're not doing this super outdated stuff like a garter toss. I don't even really understand like what that is, and I'm not like throwing my bouquet. So yeah. Okay. For the destination wedding, did your guests have to pay for their own rooms at full price, or was a special discounts or something similar provided to them since you were inviting a certain number of people? Yeah, great question. At first I read this as like, did your guests have to pay for their own rooms? I'm like, girl, do you think I'm Kim Kardashian? Like, I could not afford to pay for everyone's rooms. Oh my god, the cost of what everyone's rooms would be if I had to pay for that myself, it would be well over $100,000. So, but you didn't ask that. So yes, typically when you host a large event, whether it's event planners hosting conferences or you're planning your wedding, and you book a room block, it's called, and you basically contract for X amount of nights, room nights and room predictions and your projections of how many people are going to come, you block off, X amount of rooms very early on. And my guests did get a discount on their room. It's typically a small discount. It's nothing like crazy usually with most hotels. But I did have to pay 10% of the total. Like, I blocked 40 rooms. We ended up using, I think, 37 of them. So I was pretty, accurate with my guess. But I had to pay 10% of that up front, and then they give that back to you, or they can apply it to your invoice at the end. So that's how I know that figure that everyone's rooms together were over $100,000, is because I paid a little over $10,000 in the beginning to hold 40 rooms. What were your expectations before planning the wedding versus reality of it coming together? Okay, you asked a lot of questions here. Expectations was that it would be a little bit more chill than it was. Even as someone that works in the event planning industry and has always, I don't know, I guess I was thinking, because we're doing destination, it's so much cheaper and it's chill and da-da-da. No, everything was a la carte. So there was stress over money and details and whatever, so the expectations were that it would be not as stressful. But it will be so worth it. saying that as I, you know, didn't fall, like, I, like, went over my budget for sure, which I think a lot of brides probably do, but I would just say to, like, stay true to yourself, and, make sure you, if budget's important to you, I don't want to continue to talk about money, like, over and over and over, but if that is important to you, make a budget in the beginning, and if you need to look at a budget, join my website, because I'm doing an entire budget breakdown. I had a whole spreadsheet. It's divine. What are some of the differences from your actual wedding to the wedding you dreamed of in middle school or high school? So, I never dreamed about a wedding in middle school and high school, so that's really one of the main differences. I was like, I don't care about a wedding, like, I'll elope, or we'll do destination, or whatever, I'm not paying for a crazy wedding. And then now I'm like, I don't think I've ever been more excited for anything in my entire life. So, that's one thing that changed. But yeah, I always knew, like, me and Tony would always talk about wanting a destination. We didn't know where we were gonna do it. That never crossed my mind until it was real. So honestly, most things kept the same. Like, when I have a vision and I know I want something, like, I'll do it that way. Yes, high school, middle school, I wasn't really thinking about a wedding, but say college, or when I'm 22 or 23, like, I knew we would have a destination. I knew I wanted to do a boat day, a welcome party. Like, I knew what kind of engagement ring I wanted since I was 16 years old. After you get married, how soon do you plan on beginning a family? You mentioned before that you love babies and children. I do. I love babies. So I don't imagine it being too long. So I'll answer this question, but if I choose to ignore this question in the future or going forward, it's because, you know, basically, yes, I definitely want to have a family and I want to have kids. Right now, I think I might want to take a little time to, like, chill and save money to buy a home and, like, focus on my work and enjoy turning 30 and, like, the rest of this year. It depends. I have to see how I feel, like, towards the end of the year. But I would say that we will attempt, and you never know, like, what will happen. So that's kind of why I'm saying, like, I might not address this in the future if, like, we're actively trying or, like, thinking about it or whatever, because that can be stressful for people. But I would say, yeah, we'll actively try some point in the next year or so. Are you following the old wives' tale of something old, something blue? Yeah, what is it? Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. No, couldn't care less about that. Again, you do want to do that, go off. But nope, I don't have anything old. I don't have anything blue. My fiance and I are getting married on Halloween. We are just doing an elopement near a waterfall where I will be wearing a black dress. What are your thoughts on this? I love weddings like yours. It's so fascinating how everyone's something unique to their personality. My thoughts are your thoughts. It's your wedding. It's your day. Like, probably the only people that I'm judging are, like, the people that are having the most utterly extravagant weddings of all time that probably can't afford to, and they're, like, going into debt over this and stuff. But if you want to just have a little elopement, like, do you? No, I would never in a million years wear black and, like, elope on Halloween, but I love that you're doing that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you should do what you want to do for your wedding. Long-time listener and Bella Beyonce, congrats, Aubrey. I was shocked when I started looking into the prices of everything, yeah. Looking back now, what areas would you recommend saving money on versus were worth the splurge? Oh, that's a good question. Goodness, I mean, my wedding in the grand scheme space I needed and the look I was going for. So like my wedding is inexpensive, so when I'm thinking about splurge versus not splurge, I mean, again, it's hard because it's like really up to you. What I would say is, it's kind of hard because most likely, unfortunately, you're not going to know until afterwards. Oh, woulda, shoulda, coulda. But we don't get a second wedding, usually, right? So it kind of is what it is, and that's why you can't like hyper stress the details too much. But I would say those little kind of bullshitty things that are like the super, super micro details, if you can't afford them, right? If you have to cut somewhere, like monogrammed napkins and ice cubes, and like, for example, I was gonna have placemats and charger plates, and then I was like, I don't need fucking placemats, like remove that, $3 a person or whatever it was, get rid of that. So those teeny things. A lot of people I hear on TikTok say, like, if they have like seating areas at cocktail hour, like staged furniture and like whatever, that nobody uses it and it can be super expensive. I don't have any of that, but like, I think those types of things. I was gonna get a selfie booth. What am I saying? No, I was gonna get like a rotating, like a 360 selfie booth thing that did like a video. It was $1,800. I was like, no, take it off the bill. Like, I have a professional photographer there, like, that's enough. So I would say it's whatever, like, is a priority to you. For me, like, I'm really splurging on hair and makeup, but not splurging on flowers. Like, but for my sister, she's splurging on flowers and not necessarily hair and makeup. So it's like, it's so dependent on, like, what is you. I'm a bridesmaid in 3 weddings this year. I'm praying for you, babe. So I could use some girlfriend advice. What is something your bridesmaids did that made you feel special? And what is something you wish they would have done to help you out? Well, I haven't had the wedding yet, but I've assigned all my bridesmaids to feed me water, force water down my throat every like hour on the hour. You know what, Harry Potter, where he's with Dumbledore and he's like, you have to keep drinking, remember? They're gonna do that with me, so I don't get hungover. But no, I mean, really, my bridesmaids have just made me feel special by just being down and being as excited as I am. They're spending a lot of money, to come here and buy a dress and things like that, and they're all just like, oh, I'm so excited. They came on The Bachelorette, they dressed in their pink bathing suits, they bought their bridesmaid dresses. Like, I don't know, I don't expect them to like do anything else for me. Maybe they're going to, I don't really know, but like, I am giving them a gift on my wedding day, which obviously is a piece of Anna Louisa jewelry. So I don't really expect them like to do anything else. Like, to me, they've done enough, and I already feel special. How far out did you start planning? Well, for me, with Destination, got engaged September 25th, 2021. I think I signed on the dotted line for my venue in December 2021. It's now March 2023. We looked at venues, though, before we were even engaged. We looked at 2 places in Mexico. Have any of your opinions about weddings changed after planning your own? Yes, I just made a TikTok about this. Follow me on TikTok. I was saying that I used to be excuse to like show their wedding photos or like, you know, every single time. And it's like, we get it. Like, get an updated picture. It's been 5